Welcome to Selena Yoga Jams. Thank you so much for being here. In today's practice, as always, we're connecting with ourselves, with the earth, stretching out those legs, and having fun. Working on the hips, the heart, all that stuff. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Share this class with a friend. And if you really enjoy it, you can give me a donation through Coffee. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. A comfortable seated position. And then, as we usually do, we'll sigh, shake out anything the body wants. And then let's just wake up the shoulders. We can inhale forward and up. Exhale back and down. Go at your own pace. Then we'll change direction. So we inhale back and up. Exhale forward, down. And as always, let your body move as it wants to. So if the whole spine wants to get involved, if the head wants to move, let it. And make sure you're comfortable in your seated position. So you can always change the legs if you want to extend a leg. Whatever feels good. Okay, we'll roll back again. And the next exhalation, let's kind of drop the shoulders down the back. We can turn the palms face up. We'll keep warming up, but super gentle. We'll just turn the head side to side. So again, let yourself twist as much as the body wants to, but without forcing. I really like this as a way to warm up the spine, the muscles along the spine. We'll do a few more. We can look for our inner smiles. Okay, we'll come back to center. We'll keep working with the head and the eyes as well. So we'll move the head and the eyes in opposite directions. So we'll start by looking down, moving the head up just as much as it's comfortable. And then we'll switch the eyes, look up and move the head down. And you can breathe through it any way that feels good. We'll do it a few times. So just the eyes and the head, opposite direction. Okay, the next time the chin comes to the chest, keep it there. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels good. 2 breaths. And then as we inhale, let's roll one ear to one shoulder. Exhale the chin back to the chest. Inhale, other side. Exhale, chin to chest. And just follow your breath a few times. Next time the chin comes to chest, again, let's relax. Take a couple breaths. with an inhalation, we can lift the head. Let's warm up the spine, forward, back. So as we inhale, we'll open up any way that feels good. We just open the heart forward, open the arms any way you want. Exhale, we round in. We can pull in the belly button, chin to chest, round the back. So play with it any way you like. Inhaling, some kind of open position. Exhaling, round. As always, we move at our own pace and in our own way. Whatever feels good for today. Look for the inner smiles. A couple more. Let's end on an open position. Whatever you want to do with the arms, just open chest, 2 or 3 breaths. And with the exhale, release the arms. Let's release the legs. We can just put the feet on the floor. Give our knees a little massage. Backs of the knees too. And we'll start to get into the hips. So the feet open like the distance of the mat, so kind of wide. The hands can come behind for now, and we just drop side to side. So we could keep the hands behind us, or we can take the arm, so same arm as the leg that's, well, both legs are bending same direction as the bent legs, and just kind of bring the arm with us, get a little more twist. You can move the arm however you like. If you have the room, you could just throw the arm out. That's my favorite way to do it. Okay, a couple more. All right, so we'll land one side. It doesn't matter which side, don't worry about it. Let's keep working on that hip. So we're going to try something, see if it works. So the back leg, so this is my front leg, this is my back leg. We'll see if we can lift the knee up and then put it down. Yeah, exactly. So it just goes up and down. So we can do it with the breath. We can inhale up, exhale down. Let's do 3 more. Okay, so now we'll keep it down and we'll just deepen our twist. So we'll take the outside arm, see if we can bring it inside the front knee, and then twist, twist, twist. As much as it's comfortable, about 5 breaths. Settling into our breath. Okay, with an inhale, we'll come back to center. Now we could have a little fun. Bring the knees together before we do the other side. See if we can lift the feet up. See if we can maybe bring one arm forward, maybe the other arm, both. Couple breaths. One more. Okay, feet come down, hands come down. So we'll just toss side to side before we do the other side. Having fun with it. Okay, so let's land on the other side. So we just make sure it's the other side. So we get comfy. So you can position the torso any way that works. So the back knee, we see if we can lift it up, put it down, just as high as it wants to go, no pressure. The hand, it can be anywhere, it doesn't matter. You can even like kind of roll out of it when you lift, whatever works. I like inhaling up, exhaling down. Couple more. Okay, knee comes down and we just go into the twist. So the arm, outside arm, comes inside the knee, back hand somewhere behind, and we breathe into the twist. All right, with an inhale, we come back to center. And let's do another boat. So the feet come together, we lean back, lift off. We can keep the hands behind the thighs, the hands behind us, or out to the sides. Couple breaths. And when we're ready, we'll release and come into all fours. So let's actually go right into downward dog so we can stretch the legs, and then we'll come back into all fours, onto all fours, and do our other things. So we'll pop up, and then whatever feels good, walking the feet, shifting side to side. Whatever your body may need, we're taking about 5-ish breaths. And maybe we can sneak in a little core strength. With the inhale, shift forward into a plank. And with the exhale, just come right back to down dog. So you could also do this as half plank with the knees down, and then exhaling back into child's pose if that's better. Go with your breath. Couple more. Okay, let's come back down to down dog. Lower the knees. Keep the toes tucked. Let's sit on the heels. Get a little toe stretch. So make sure all the toes are under. Just 2 breaths, so one more. Okay, back to all fours. So let's keep getting into the spine and start opening the rib cage a little more too. So first we'll do regular cat-cow. So we inhale the head and tail up. Exhale, round the back. And that's it. We know this movement. Just go with your breath, inhaling up. Exhaling down. And a few more. Okay, next inhale, we come back to center. So now we're doing the cat-cows, but instead of forward, back, side to side. So we start moving the rib cage to one side, we round, go to the other side. So we drop the heart, shift to one side, round, go to the other side. So I hope it makes sense. So we can inhale as the heart goes down, exhale as we round over to the other side. Perfect. So just go with your breath. So it's just side to side, dropping the heart as we inhale, lifting up through the upper back as we exhale. few more. And now we change direction. So we just start to the other side. Few more. Okay, back to center. Let's give the wrists a little break. We'll do a dolphin pose. So down to the forearms. Elbows fairly close so we can easily wrap a hand around the arm. We can interlace the hands, shift the weight into the forearms, tuck the toes. See if we can lift the knees up. Stretch the legs as much as it's comfortable. Gently press the weight back. You can walk the feet forward, back, whatever you need to be comfortable. 5 breaths. One more as long as you're okay. All right, with an exhalation, let's bring the knees down and we'll take a child's pose. So sit on the heels as much as it's comfortable. You could have the knees together or apart, arms forward or back. Just make sure the head is supported. We'll take 5 to 10 breaths, just letting go, breathing with the earth. Let's see if we can relax even more. Maybe let the head get a little heavier. 5 more breaths. Okay, with an inhalation, we'll come back to all fours. So we'll do some core stuff. This one we can do all fours or from down dog. So I'll just show all fours first. So it would be extending one leg, exhaling the knee to chest and kind of rounding, bringing the forehead to the knee. So we could do it that way, or we could come up to down dog, 3-leg dog, inhale, and then exhale to the knee to chest as we go forward into a plank. So you decide how you want to do it. We'll start. Let's do one leg at a time. So inhale one leg, exhale knee to chest. So just keep going with the same leg, however you want to do it. We're trying for 10, so we're halfway there. Last 2. Okay, back to down dog. Let's take a child's pose before the other side. Just 5 breaths, but still let ourselves relax completely. Okay, we'll get ready for the other side. So we come into our starting position. And of course, make sure we do the other leg. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chest. We're halfway. Okay, back to down dog, back to child's pose. Again, we'll just rest. Make sure you're comfortable. We'll take 10 breaths this time. Send the breath wherever it needs to go. Okay, when you feel ready, come back to down dog. We'll transition into some standing positions. So let's step the right foot forward. Of course, we can do three-legged dog first if it feels good. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale the foot between the hands. We'll stay on our left toes and come up into a high lunge. See if that works. Arms can be up or on the hips, whatever. So about 5 breaths. Okay, we'll play with our balance. I like to open my arms out to help me with balance. We'll try to bring the back leg forward. So we shift into the front leg, come up. And then we'll just play around with our balance. Anything goes. Two more breaths. Okay, let's step it back into the lunge. We can stay balancing on the toes, or you could put the foot down if you want to feel more stable. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and put the foot down. We'll make it a warrior one. Help ourselves out a little bit. So we separate the feet, knee stays over the ankle, interlace the hands behind the back. Let's drag down, open the heart. Three more breaths here. Okay, so we're moving towards a humble warrior. Of course, you can stay here, any kind of open-hearted position. If it feels okay, we could bend forward. So invite the shoulder towards the knee. It goes wherever it goes. You could be here. You could just be tilted. You find what works in your body. We're trying 5 more breaths. Last 2. Okay, let's bring the hands down to the floor. Step back to down dog to get ready for the other side. So we'll take our 5 breaths in the down dog first. If you prefer child's pose, that's fine. If you want to work the legs, like I like moving my legs a little bit, feel free. Anything that feels good. Another couple breaths. Okay, so we'll do our sequence on the other side. So when it feels right, we can inhale the left leg up. Exhale the foot between the hands. So we start in the high lunge, so we stay on the back toes, come up. Find our balance. See what we want to do with the arms. Anything goes. 5 breaths. And of course, we look for what we can relax, maybe the face. So we know what's next, playing with our balance. So whatever you want to do with the arms, we start to shift our weight. See if we can bring the back leg forward. And then we take our 5 breaths just to play around any way that feels good. All right. In our own time, we'll step back, going into warrior 1. So we take the time, adjust our legs, whatever we need. So a bit more space between the feet, hips in a line. Once we're comfy, we find a way to open the heart. 5 breaths. And then if it feels good, we tilt forward. So inhale first. Exhale, tilt. So imagining shoulder to the knee, we get wherever we get. Do whatever we want with the arms. 5 more breaths. Okay, to come out of it, we'll go into down dog. So hands to the earth, if that works. Step it back to down dog. 5 breaths. With an inhale, let's come into plank. 2 or 3 breaths if it's okay. We'll lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale down. So we're just going to play with cobra so that we're squeezing the elbows towards one another, inhaling up. It could be a little baby cobra for sure. Exhaling down. So just go with your breath a few times. And now let's work the back muscles. So we'll inhale into a baby cobra. Make sure it's a little itty bitty baby. And then we can see if maybe we can take the hands off the mat. Squeeze the elbows behind the back. A few breaths. Next, inhale. Can we see if we can lift up just a little higher? Maybe pushing the hips into the floor, lifting up through the heart and the head. And then with the exhale, make a pillow with the hands. Rest the head. Let's pigeon toe the feet. Turn the toes towards one another. 5 breaths. Breathing super deep with the earth, like forcing the breath into the belly. Okay, let's put the tops of the feet back on the floor. We'll do our little hamstring curls. So basically just bending one leg, inviting the foot towards the bum, putting it back down, other leg, heel towards the bum. So you could flex the foot or it could be pointed. We can stay with the head resting down on the hands, or if this feels very comfortable, you could maybe come into a sphinx. So see what works better for today. The important thing is bending the legs. Breathe through it any way you like. You could inhale as you bend, exhale, lower, or the other way around. As usual, we find what feels good for today. We'll do a few more. Okay, last few. All right, we can release. We'll come on to the back. So any way that makes sense for you. I'm just going to roll. Oh, and make sure you have one block close by. All right, so once we arrive, we'll just have the feet flat on the floor. We have our block close by. So the plan is shoulders, and then half bridges, twists, and then relaxation. And maybe we'll sneak in a couple more things. We'll see. Okay, so we get comfy. So starting with the shoulders, we'll hold the block between flat hands. So we're not really using the thumbs to hold on to the block. They're kind of sticking out if that works, like little pancake hands. We'll bring the block right up on top of the shoulders. And then we'll slowly start to lower the block behind the head. Only go as far as it's comfortable for today, especially if it's a heavy block. If you get all the way behind the head and the thumbs can touch the floor, that's perfect. And if not, that's perfect too. So once you get as far as you can comfortably go, you come back up. So we'll just keep doing that a few times. If you get so low that the thumbs can touch the floor, we want to try to touch them both at the same time. Just find your rhythm. Oh yeah, another thing, we want to try to avoid popping the lower ribs forward. So we want to keep those low ribs tucked in as much as we can. And again, try to touch the thumbs if they're touching at the same time. Even if they're not touching, the idea is we want to be moving both arms at the same rate. Okay, we'll just do two more. All right, once you're happy with that, just set the block aside. Okay, so now we have the idea of the arms moving at the same rate. So we're going to keep that idea, but we won't have the block anymore. We'll place the feet comfortably about hip width apart. They could be close to the bum or farther away. The distance is really up to you. And we're going to do some pelvic lifts and the arms at the same time. So we'll inhale the pelvis up, arms up. So we try to move the arms at the same rate. Maybe bringing them behind the head. We exhale, pelvis down, arms come down. So we just take our own time. And of course, we only lift as much as is comfortable for today. Let's do another 2 or 3. And from here, we'll move into a supported bridge. So I suggest moving the feet closer to the bum if they're farther away. Grab onto your block. So we'll lift the pelvis. So you decide how high you want the block to be. It could be flat, it could be like level 2 height, or it could be the highest height. So you decide. We'll lift the pelvis, slide it under, right underneath the sacrum. And then we'll rest into the block. So we'll take 2 or 3 breaths, just kind of doing nothing. And now we can add a little more engagement. So we can engage the buttocks muscles. And let's see if it works for today. Maybe we can inhale one leg up. It could just stay bent, or it can come up all the way. Exhale down. If you need to take more than one breath, no problem. So we'll just go side to side, lifting one leg, either bent or straight, and then coming back down. So go at your own pace. And if the leg lifting doesn't feel good for today, no problem. You could just stay in the supported bridge. Now from here, we can see if it's comfortable, if we can lift both legs. So adjust the block if you need to. Make sure it's nicely underneath the sacrum. You feel really well supported. Remember, the knees could be bent. You could have just the knees up to the sky, or the legs could be straight. We're going to try for 10 breaths, so make sure you're comfortable wherever you are. Not much to do here. We hold the structure and then relax into it. ready to come down. Bring the feet to the earth, one at a time or together. And then just rest on the block another 2 or 3 breaths before we take it away. And then pressing into the feet, we lift the pelvis enough to slide the block out. And we'll go into our twists. So whatever you want to do with the arms, some kind of open position, knees to chest. Actually, before we do the twist, let's just pump the knees a little bit. So hands on the knees, knees away from us. We inhale, pull in, exhale. Go with your breath. All right, so knees to chest, open the arms side to side any way that feels good for today. It could be knees together, knees apart. It could be knees close to chest, or if you want to work on your core more, it could be more like 90-degree legs, or even closer to straight. But whatever you're doing, make sure the shoulders stay on the floor and that it feels good. We're winding down, getting ready for Shavasana. A few more. I forgot to mention, if you want to add the head, you can always turn the head away from the knees. Okay, once you're feeling really happy with those twists, let's make our way into Shavasana. So you know what to do. Legs extended or knees bent, or if you have something to put under the knees, or if the low back's sensitive, you want to grab a chair or a couch and put your legs up on it. Do whatever you can do to help yourself be really warm and comfortable. You want the chin tucked in. I usually like arms alongside, palms up. But if you want to have the hands resting on the body or be in another position, that's fine, as long as you're comfortable and you feel good. Let's invite ourselves to relax. Give ourselves permission to let everything go. Okay. Let's very, very gently wake the body, mind. Giving ourselves a full body stretch. And once you're feeling nice and stretched, knees to chest, roll to the side. And we can just rest on the side, resting the head on the arm for a few breaths. And then taking our time, we'll use the strength of the arms to press up. Make our way into any comfortable seated position. And we'll close with a little mini meditation. So just a reminder, we can always sit on folded blankets or the blocks. Find a position that feels good. I like the palms facing up, but whatever. You know, we're not really going to do anything for this meditation. We're just going to sit and be. Relaxing into the earth, the breath, the here and now. Connecting with all that is by being receptive, open, and present. Keeping this connection to all that is, let's rub the hands together. So we'll build a little heat. And then once the hands are hot, let's just breathe into them. So we'll separate. Inhale the palms towards one another. Exhale away. Do that a few more times. The distance doesn't really matter. And then we'll take this energy between the hands, give it to ourselves, wherever we may need it. So it could be the eyes, the low back, whatever. We listen to our own bodies. Anywhere we may need a little more energy, a little more attention, whatever it may be. We'll just place the hands, take a few breaths. Just absorbing the warmth from our hands. Gratefully receiving the gift of our own attention, our own awareness, our own warmth, our own energy. Okay, let's close by chanting Om. So bring the hands back into prayer. Exhale everything. Inhale to chant. With gratitude and appreciation, may we acknowledge, honor the light, the love, the wisdom within ourselves, within each other, and within all.